The Resto Stone is still on cooldown. Actually, it's going to be up in about another 5 seconds there for Riser, so he'll still have that to work with. No buyouts yet for him. Did he buy something else?
He bought a Hellflower.
He bought a Hellflower, okay. So if they get the jump, actually, wow, that's the first Blink Hellflower that they have in their team.
Yeah.
If they get the jump on Tempest with that Hellflower, with the root, they could really win this game.
Yeah, like last fight, he didn't even have the Hellflower and it worked. So, yeah, you put the Hellflower on top of that, and
Makes it much
Tempest is
easier.
dropping in seconds. So, TDM, they choose not to push right there, so this game will be extended. And if they're not going to push right there, I think that Kongor is very likely, again, going to be another wait for here. And I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen, maybe in the next 4 or 5 minutes. But that will produce another set of bananas. As you mentioned earlier, Tempest still has his bananas, and they do stack. So you can add that on. And then, of course, the Token of Life, as well as just the gold in general, which is always so huge. Really now 66 minutes into the game, so well over an hour long now. Not well over, but over an hour long now. That's what matters. Again, Kongor, I don't know the exact timing, but I got to think it's maybe a couple more minutes at the very least here.
Yeah.
So apparently he went down around 60-minute mark. So if that's the case, then yeah, we still have about 3 or 4 minutes here before he resurrects, of course, it being 10 minutes to do so. But it's just going to be a farm game here. I don't see either team playing too aggressive, probably till Kongor, honestly. Unless somebody just completely overextends, which in a game like this, that's probably not going to happen. Hell, at this rate, if it keeps going like this, Magebane could very likely pick up a second Doombringer. I mean, I guess I don't know what you can sell, but
I think he needs all those items. Yes, it'd be all flashy and nice to have tons of damage like that, but he really needs everything else he has. He needs that slow from the Frostwell Skull. He needs that massive attack damage and speed and evasion on the wing bow. He needs everything, basically. So, yeah, I just think right now they still need to get some more items on their supports, maybe even a second Storm Spirit, but Plague Rider has no more gold, went for the Void Talisman and the Portal Key. You're not quite sure about that. It's going to help him a little bit, but Luna's sitting at about 2,500 gold. She still has a buyout, still has 2 actually, and so maybe that's what she's waiting for. But I think that I think an item like a Storm Spirit is going to be very, very effective at this late stage in the game. So. Maybe she'll buy another one of those. Riser, of course, he's spending all his gold. He can't really buy anything right now. One of the drawbacks, too, of selling a Rune Cleaver is, again, you're still kind of pinned in your base, and you don't have the potential to push out the creep waves as fast as you'd like to. So.
Well, that middle one, again, it keeps advancing in the Hellborn's favor because of the racks being killed, but Magebane now, you see right there, he was even attacking a little bit, but they realized maybe he needs to fall back. You see, Keeper of the Forest, he is scouting out a little bit with the animated trees. Seeing exactly where the Hellborn team is. They're busy taking out the Legion Ancients, and the animated trees will get picked off right there. So TDM grouping up here in the middle lane, but like I said earlier, I really think Kongor is going to be that key figure yet again here in this game. And of course, according to the math, if he was down about the 60-minute mark, then we got just under 2 minutes now remaining before Kongor is going to be resurrecting. So obviously here for your TT eSports, which I'm very sure they'll keep that in mind, just got to be very aware of that. They do have a ward of sight over here, but it's going to be wearing out before Kongor comes up. It might be pretty close, so depending on what happens. But
yeah, I think Tempest at this point right now really needs to spend gold or get gold on a buyout. If he dies again in a team fight and TT Sports decides to all group up and push with relatively high mana and high HP, and Tempest doesn't have a buyout, that's pretty much game. And so she definitely needs a buyout. Of course, Silhouette doesn't have a buyout. Bubbles doesn't have a buyout. I'm pretty sure TT Sports knows that. So a one team fight here is really going to seal the deal for TT Esports. And I wanted to say last time too, I really feel like they made a big mistake in not pushing out right after that huge team fight. Of course, they don't see what we see. They don't know who doesn't have a buyout, but of course it's always nice to just kind of bait out those buybacks even if you don't know. But I feel like that was their window of opportunity. They were still down by a considerable amount. They should have known that too. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them. They're still at they're still at a deficit. TDM still is definitely in the lead. Of course, Magebane is monstrous. He's just so huge at this point. But of course, he cannot buy another item. Maybe we are going to look. He actually did sell something. What did he sell? He sold his
Geometer's Bane and another Doombringer. If he goes another Doombringer, I'm gonna. Oh,
Symbol of Rage.
Symbol of Rage. What do you?
I don't like that at all. I don't think he's going to die either way. So I think the Symbol of Rage does not help you with damage.
Yeah.
I think the Geometer's Bane is a much better route.
Or another
we'll see.
Doombringer.
We'll see. Like, I feel like, okay, if he does die, it's going to be instantly. He's not going to have the chance to pop that.
Even use it,
Yeah, he's not going to have the chance to pop it. So
God, he has 3,000 life. To say somebody's going to die instantly with 3,000
I know,
life.
but look at all of Silhouette's items
Yeah.
too. Her max damage is at 366. Of course, all her spells help propagate that relentless salvo. You got the health flowers that do extra 20% damage after it's applied. So yeah, I mean it's silly to think, yes, but he still can get very easily bursted down. That's why I think these Storm Spirit pickups are going to be huge. And yes, there's a second one onto a Luna. So maybe that's their thinking. Magebane can just jump in, be as crazy as he wants to, knowing that his team can support him with those Storm Spirits.
Yeah, I'm on board with you, though. I do agree. It seems like at this point you're going so all in for just pure damage if you're Magebane, and to pick up to sell the Geometer's Bane for a similar rage just seems a little bit odd. But hey, again, it is Slicks after all, and who am I to question the great Slicks? Man, 70. Conger's up, right? Yeah, okay. Conger is up. He's been sitting here for just chilling out a little bit. This will be the 4th Conger kill. Not that that means really anything different, but obviously both Bananas and a Token of Life will once again be dropping in. Just to reiterate that Bananas do stack, so if Tempest wanted to pick up even a second pair of Bananas, he could do that. Because of course he still has the previous one. So, geez, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just really now on Trademark eSports to get Conger killed, to get the Token of Life, or even to go into Conger Pit to start the fight and then see if TT Esports reacts. If they don't, then use that Token of Life to try to make a game-winning push and ultimately just finish this. Now, they are finally going over to Conger. You see the tree, though. It's even attacking Conger a little bit right there. So cute. Going to be killed, though, and so the vision is now gone. But our Legion team, TT Esports, I mean, obviously they know that they want to do this, but they're not committing to anything by any means just yet. So,
yeah. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind, though, is the difference of what's happening in this team fight, and it's that Blink and that Hellflower onto Keeper of the Forest. If they're able to start off a fight with a Blink Hellflower on to, say, that Tempest, or maybe even that, well, they can't really do it to Silhouette because she has a Null Stone, but specifically that Tempest, it could make a huge deal. I think Tempest actually I think he'll have enough for buyout if he dies. I think he's got just enough. So that's an important thing to note, too. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of passive play here for the next minute or so, as defending the base and at the same time trying to get Kongor. When they come to, when TD Esports comes to try to defend it, TDM's just going to smartly back away, and then Min's going to push, and then rinse, repeat. And actually another Doombringer picked up, this time on Silhouette. So Silhouette ups the ante a little bit. Now has about 600 max damage. And what she said, actually sold the Null Stone for it. So now if they see that,
that's what you're just saying.
Yeah. If they see that, they could actually pick her off quite easily. She only has 2,000 HP.
That is interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Yeah, that does give the Legion. Yeah, but neither her or Magebane have had buyouts for a while now. So, yeah, if you're keeping the Forest, I think that changes your target, your initial jump target to Silhouette rather than Tempest. Because sure, Tempest can ulti all he wants, but if you drop a Silhouette as he's ulting, what damage output do they have besides a Silhouette? So, yeah, that too is a very, very risky choice there by Silhouette. But hey, a Doombringer, I can never be against a Doombringer pickup. So yeah, they have Soul's Bulwark just purchased by Moraxis, by the way. That's their first Soul's Bulwark, actually. Wow.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, they have a Soul's Bulwark now. Post haste now picked up onto Slick. So it's getting super late game when you see more and more post haste pickups. There's only 2 in the game, actually 3 in the game right now. Bubbles has another one as well as Silhouette. So. Yeah, like I said, we're going to see some really kind of do-si-doing, lots of passive play around this Kongor pit. And it's really going to be who jumps first and on what target. Because like we said, that no buyout on Silhouette, of course, having that Doombringer, not having a Null Stone, makes her quite susceptible to ganks. Of course, she does have the, Juro as well to maybe sit in the back with an Invis, but there's a Bound Eye.
Oh, man, here we go. I feel like something's going to happen here. You got both teams looking eye to eye. A little Mexican standoff here, but Nope, never mind. Moraxis is going to start falling back. See, the tree is going to scout it out a little bit. Oh, God, something happened. Yeah, they're so grouped up right here. They're so grouped up right there. That was a chance. We see the Hellborn team, though. They're retreating quickly, though. And so TT Esports will not go in. But, man, that Tempest, they could have had a huge keeper ultimate right there if they were in position to do so. But, obviously, they were not. So, the game will continue. 74.5 minutes in. This is truly turning out to be epic. And keep it in mind, if TDM does come through victorious here, we will be going to a 3rd and final game to see which team gets the invite to DreamHack in 2012. It absolutely is. If TT Esports, of course, wins, this series will be over, and they will be going. So that's kind of just what is on the line there. between these two teams. And yeah, actually, Trademark eSports, that's another great thing to bring up, is that, again, they also are coming off that 3-game series against Complexity just prior to this, too. That was such a draining series that they ended up on the losing end of. So, they got to be really drained if
oh,
not
yeah.
TT eSports. So, but obviously, they need to win here, and they are definitely giving it their all.
Yeah, definitely. And, of course, it's very, very late in Europe right now. I want to say it's, well, I guess it's not very, very late. It's it's like midnight.
Okay, it's Saturday.
And it's,
in Europe. It's
not
it's like
bad.
morning.
Well, I'm used to, I come from obviously the West Coast, and
Yeah.
it's +9 from there, so I would think it would be like 3 in the morning if it was 6 o'clock in the Pacific time. But
True that.
yeah, anyway, this is getting kind of a ridiculous game at this point. The fact that if TDM does take this game, it is going to go to another game.
What did Mage Bane buy? Okay, he bought Post Haste, that's right.
Yeah. He has Post Haste. Like I said, 2 Storm Spirits up now on the Torturer, also the Luna. Plague Rider is still sitting at pretty much the same items as well as the Keeper of the Forest, who does still have a buyout, by the way, so it would be nice to have Keeper to have that gold available.
Mage Bane could rebuy a Shrunken Head. He honestly could do that right now if he wanted to, so I'm curious if you
go from the 9 seconds to the 10.
Again, well, hey, a second matters,
I agree.
honestly.
I agree.
What else are you going to spend gold on? So, yeah, I guess... God, something happened, though. They're so close. You can just tell. I mean, both teams are just on edge right now. Mage Bane's baiting it. Slicks is like, all right, I'm tired of this. I'm the aggressive player. I'm going to try to bait something. Is it going to actually happen right here? The Hellborn team is retreating, actually. So it doesn't look like just yet. It's almost as if TDM wants Slicks to blink on them again. It's kind of why the Tempest is playing in the front, I think. That's what I'm getting at. But it's not going to happen, at least just
Tempest
yet.
bought something as well. Bought Post Haste as well, so Tempest now has not enough gold to buy out. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know if I really agree with that pickup. I think having the buyout, especially when you have one available, is a much more important thing than having that ability to teleport to creeps.
Oh, they're going to try to Ninja Conquer here. This could be huge. The Ward Aside is about to run out, but even if it doesn't, he blinked in, so they have no clue right now that Conquer's going on. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I don't think it's going to be even that big of a deal because... oh, man. They're going to get so close to Kongor. So who's going to have to jump in and get this? It's going to have to be Keeper, I think. The bananas are there as well to be available, so they need to get it quick. They're going to get it for sure, but they need to get it quick.
There we go. There's the Token of Life. There's the bananas, and the Shell Surf is now ported on that.
Okay, good.
Suicide. So
that was big. I mean, the fact that they were able to get that, I think actually maybe even a token on... Well, I think it's fine. Keeper, that's fine. So that definitely gives them an edge here. But I shouldn't even say an edge. It helps them out a bit because I think TDM obviously still has the edge. Massive gold and experience lead. It's not actually that huge, but they still have the racks in mid to constantly push up the mid lane. And yeah, this is almost getting to be an 80-minute game, 78 minutes and counting. Oof. So pretty ridiculous play now.
One of the longer games we have no doubt had here on Honcast recently, but again with that trip to DreamHack winner on the line, 2 very, very good teams going at it with TT eSports and Trademark, of course. I guess it's not to be too surprising. So, but both teams continuing to play very, very timid. We're probably going to wait for another Congo kill. Wouldn't that be something? Another 10 minutes from now, but. TT eSports, they're the ones that are starting to get a little bit more aggressive. I mean, especially in this middle lane, they're really keeping it pushed out. Obviously, with the racks being down there, they're going to go up top. It looks like, as Mage Bane first going to go to the jungle, and then eventually make it to the top lane. Yes, Insania. This is what happens in longer games. But hey, again, it's it's been entertaining at the same. It's not obviously it's had its slow points. When you have a long game like this, that's going to happen. But it's hell, I've been entertained. So
yeah, I actually don't think there's been too much. We've there's a lot of stuff we can still cover despite it being so passive. And no, Noob G has not reached 900 gold.
Not even close.
Not even close. As a Mage Bane, actually, he's probably gotten close to about 700, but I don't think he's hit that yet. But of course, getting more items and gold at this point on him is pretty much.
Which makes me wonder why he's just going around farming so much.
It's just like habit.
I
honestly.
guess, yeah, it's probably just habit. But maybe even getting them very low and then letting your teammates kill them might even make more sense at this point.
I mean, we might even see a point where you could actually get a courier with a cheap stick on it. I mean, it's not out of the question. If you need to spend your gold somehow, buy some wards for your team. But if you have all that gold, there's literally no reason to have it. So maybe try to buy it, purchase it for maybe a couple couriers to give sight or something. I don't know. But you got to be careful because when you micro that much and try to, put the emphasis on doing that, you got to make sure your hero's not going to get caught out or anything like that. So.
Or even, well, what you would do, you just share control with Vitalaba, in this case, probably. Like, somebody else, and just have them control the carrier, I would think.
Yeah.
But, he has 5,200 gold saved up. He still hasn't rebought the Shrunken Head, actually. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Again, I know it's so minimal, but as we were just talking about, what are you going to spend the gold on? I have a feeling he's going to surprise us with something. So let's just hold it out, I guess, for now, and see
Watch
what
him sell his post-haste for, like, another Doombringer.
Yeah. Or, like, yeah. I'm trying to think. Like I was going to say maybe sell his Wingbow for another Doombringer. I don't know. That's just so, yeah, I don't know. I think we could both agree. It's funny because he bought the Symbol of Rage after selling Geometry, but I think actually selling the Symbol of Rage and then buying another Doombringer would actually make more sense at this point. But
I think, yeah, I thought the Geometer's Bane was still a great addition to his entire, inventory there, but he still likes that Symbol of Rage pickup.
Imagine if Restoration Stone stacked.
What's that?
Imagine if Restoration Stone stacked, so you can like restore one stone. You just keep restoring the other one. You just.
I don't think it works.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
That would be ridiculous. Yeah, but I was saying, imagine if that did. That would be pretty crazy for a late game like this. But
well, they're all grouped up here. Look at them. They're just in like a line formation right here.
Yeah.
And
setting up the
just wait until someone gets caught a little bit out of position and then try to take that. So this
1,038 creep kills on Mage Bane.
Is it? Wow.
Silhouette at 624.
That's actually going to show up as like over 1,100 with the denies in the post-game stat, but Mage Bane might be the one to get jumped right here. The Genjuro was activated by Silhouette, but nope. We're going to go to another 90 minutes before we see an engagement.
I was joking earlier about seeing another Conger kill, but we're probably, at this rate, we could actually see another Conger kill. There's still 2.5 minutes remaining on the token, so we still have a good 5.5 minutes before Conger resurrects, but again,
who has the token? It's Keeper.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh, Keeper by himself. More Axis. Nope. I thought that was a port game by more Axis, but Keeper PK'd, and that'll be that. So, man, these long games just can be pretty damn crazy, to say the least. Silhouette trying to get a little bit sneaky now, using that Genjuro to maybe sneak up on them, but she has a double damage. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a legit strategy right there coming out from Riser. Wear them out because they just got finished with another best of the 3. It's true, they did. But again, it's online. We talked about that before. Like if this was a LAN event, like I think you'd have a lot more legitimacy with something like that. But being an online event where everyone's, for the most part, probably comfortable in their own house,
yeah, playing
at a very comfortable spot. It's late, but not that late in Europe. It's Saturday after all, so
yeah,
not the biggest deal.
Now, they did have a double damage. Maybe they just want to wait out the token. They want to take the best possible fight for them, and having that token on Keeper. I still think that the token on someone else would have been better, because regardless, if Keeper gets caught out of position and dies, I feel like it's still, regardless of where he is going to be bad for that team fight, because he needs to keep his positioning prime, and he needs to make sure that he is the one being the active jumper and being the active initiator.
Yeah.
And if you die and everyone's waiting for you to res and you just get chain stunned there immediately, obviously it didn't matter in the first place to do the token. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But this is getting as passive as I'll get out. So 83 minutes, almost 84 minutes. So Void Talisman there picked up on Torturer. So going to mitigate all the auto attack damage coming out from Silhouette. Silhouette, by the way, we talked so much about the eSports team, but Silhouette sitting at still has that no Null Stone to counter the the jump from Keeper of the Forest with the Hellflower.
Going back to that point, yeah.
But can she really buy anything else to help her out? Does have, let me just double check. Shrunken Head is newly purchased, I believe. So has that 10-second Shrunken Head. Geometer's Bane as well. So, they're pretty much optimal items. This is like mid-wars at this point.
Why does no one have an Energizer yet?
I don't know.
That seems like, you're at a point in the game like this where, especially when it's just going to be about that jump and, getting that jump, Energizer, honestly, could be very useful tool here. So
it could actually be a very,
get it out somebody like a Lunar Plague Rider for the Legion team, where you have Torture, and the Helper team, you got Bubbles, Glacius, Tempest even, Moraxis even, so...
yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
That's kind of I was sitting here trying to think of maybe just something, an item that we don't see yet, and that's really the one that came to mind. So, other than that, though, it pretty much all has been picked up here by both of these teams, so really can't complain too much.
We are closing in on that 85th minute. Well, actually, we're on the 85th minute.
Token of life
86th
we're
minute.
out.
Token of life is now gone. I don't think that's the biggest deal in the world, but bananas are still on to torture. And are they really going to wait out for next Kong? Oh my!
We are! Yay! So Kongor will be coming up around 87, 88 minutes here. And we're going to have
Slick sold his post-haste, and then, oh wait. He got rid of them, and then he bought a sheepstick. Yep, sheepstick courier!
Sheepstick courier. He's got the pickled brain. So like I said, he's probably going to share use of it. You were talking about that. You need to be careful microing yourself, but he's probably going to share you. That would make the most sense to White or just somebody that maybe isn't nearly as important in those big team fights. And let them take care of using it as a sheepstick for themselves. So, hey, you got money to spend, you might as well spend the money.
Definitely. And just hopefully they're able to micro it properly so that they don't screw over their own positioning on their real hero. But they do have that sheepstick now available, so they could maybe jump. They can jump Tempest at the same time, and they jump, say, like a Silhouette or something like that. So if they coordinate it properly, it could actually work out very, very well. I mean, I mentioned that probably about 15 minutes ago. At the 65-minute mark or 17-minute mark.
Harkon's blade just
Picked
purchased
up
by Silhouette.
Okay,
What did he
instead
sell?
of the geometers.
Geometers, yeah.
Well, maybe she sees all
There is a lot of armor, so.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of armor, and there's also a lot of void talismans up on the other side. 5 wards, by the way, all on top of Vitality. Kind of been stacking up those wards. Demonic Breastplate finished on Riser. He's all in, so maybe we're going to see a fight here. They got the sheepstick on the courier. They got the demonic breastplate. They have 5 wards on Vitalaba. He's placing them as they walk up this mid lane here. And this is going to be pretty epic.
Well, again, it's Kongor's coming up soon. Both teams are aware of this, and I think this is why TD eSports is making the move right here. They don't want to give TDM that advantage of being the Hellborn in the positioning, kind of. So they're going to move up here. I don't think they're going to commit to really a push. I think they, too, want Kongor, obviously. So, yeah, they're going to hang around Kongor. Going back to the Harkons, I mean, that actually, I do like it. I mean, I think it actually makes sense with the team that you're going up in Hell. If you're going to need another item, why the hell not pick up an Harkons here for her. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Oh, I was going to say, again, I've been doing this casting thing for a long time. I think this is it is the first time that I've ever seen a courier that's going to be micro, that's going to be used as part of the team. In nearly 3 years of doing this, I've never actually seen that on any competitive match. So it's definitely a first, at least for me here. So that's actually pretty cool to see as well. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it is the result of an 87, 88-minute match. That's been very, very standstill for the last 20 minutes or so. Yeah. And Kongor is up now. So once again.
I mean, honestly, what I would do is mass. There's so many interesting strategies you could think about when it comes to this late of a game, but amassing, flying couriers and just throwing them honestly all around the map, or maybe even getting a Helm of the Dominator and taking over a creep with massive post haste and maybe try to get a backdoor, a good pick off that way. But we actually saw there are a number of post haste. I think it was 3 post haste up there in the top lane, maybe trying to find someone behind the creep wave. They were unsuccessful in doing so, but it was a good idea nonetheless. But yeah.
When you're in a game like this, you just do some crazy things like that. So as you said, a pretty good idea actually in a game like this, but not going to happen. Kongor is just chilling here yet again. This would be the 5th Kongor kill, right? I think you've already seen 4 on him. So the 5th Kongor kill possibly going to be upcoming, or will that big team fight finally happen? As a result, you got TD eSports. Of course, they're playing a little bit more passive. They have those tree dogs to constantly scout out information for them and see what's up with the Hellborn side. And as we can see, nothing is ultimately going on just yet here as far as Kongor being attempted. I found Aluna actually ended up buying a bottle, by the way. I find that interesting. I guess that no one on the team had a bottle. And, in a game like this, saving for a double damage rune to bottle up, I guess, makes sense. So might as well spend the 600 gold, especially if you have an item slot for it. So another one of those things where you never really get into the opportunity to ever make that realistic, but here we are now, 89.5 minutes in. So, well, again, why the hell not if you're a Luna in this case? So both teams are getting close to each other. That was probably the closest they've gotten in a while, but still no initiation just yet. We're gonna get an hour and a half mark here very shortly. So,
oh my God,
don't you love it? It does get to a point where it's like, as awesome as this is, and here we are on an epic best of the 3, hoping for a great series. You're at a point as a spectator, we're like, okay, now do something here. Come on, just make something happen.
I mean, they're playing it as safe as they can. There is a lot on the line. If this was like a scrim or something, you could definitely say that this would not go to this late, as one team would just get frustrated and just end it, or just throw or something, just for the sake of ending a long game like this. But there is a lot on the line. They want to play this very seriously. At the same time, it really is. It's just they're both scared to fight. Honestly, I mean, I've seen a couple of situations actually where things could have happened, but they just want to make the jump so obvious that it's a correct one, and they don't want to leave any room for error.
Yeah. So, as a result, we have the game that we do. Now, over the hour-and-a-half mark, I think I saw Porky actually just purchased Torture, yeah. So, well, they technically got 3 portal keys, and of course, Mage Bane already having the blink ability, so definitely ways to initiate on the Legion team, as they do on the Hellborn team, of course. You see Slicks, it's 8 a.m. there now, so got up bright and early to play this match, as always. And now it's early morning for him. Granted, it's on Sunday, actually, being the day ahead and everything. You see the mind games are going to try to come out here as far as talking to one another and trying to get in each other's heads, but I don't think at a point like this that's even going to matter too much either. So,
is this the longest competitive game ever? I want to say it's got to be up. Got to be there.
There was that 84-minute match at DreamHack. Last DreamHack winner, actually, with Reason versus Easy. I remember that.
Yeah.
That we've casted on Honcast, I think it is. I don't have the obviously numbers in front of me by any means, but I think you're right. I think this is actually the longest competitive match in general that we've covered here on Honcast. So, yeah, here we are. 92 minutes, and a jump finally happened. Tempest goes in. Slicks is going to get caught right here. There's the first door sprint, though. The first Tempest ultimate happening. Where's the It was canceled by the Plague Ghoul, it looks like. And now Magebane turning around. He gets second ulti, though, and Magebane will eventually fall, it looks like. Yes, he will. Down it goes. The Hellborn team, it comes through victorious, and Trademark eSports will take the victory over TT eSports. So just like that, in literally a flash, Trademark eSports finally jumps in, and we are going to a third and final game. As a result of that, wow. I mean, to have half an hour of just static there leading up to that one point where the Hellborn team, they finally had the jump. Slicks was a little bit pushed up. The team was not ready, apparently, to defend. And the Storm Spirits weren't enough to keep him alive. So there you go. That's how it finishes.
I mean, Riser especially played so well that game, except he did not get the second ulti off onto Tempest, and it ultimately killed Slicks. I think there was another Storm Spirit available. I know, like we saw, one of them was used on Slicks. The other was not the second time. Then he was caught in that second Tempest ultimate. But, wow, in the blink of an eye, bam, 92-minute game, done. Now we're going to a Game 3. My voice is getting shot.
But hey. We had a big week. We knew it was going to be a big weekend, and that's why we're here, guys. Game number 3 between Trademark eSports and TT eSports is going to be coming around the corner. We're going to go into our break here. Take a little bit of a break, but we will be back for game number 3, guys. So stay tuned, Breaky CPK. Joining me is Tralph Medor. Game 3 between TT eSports and Trademark eSports coming up next.